Hi, you guys. This is Nisha from the Nisha Weston. This week we're talking about self-esteem, and today's episode is 11 ways on how to overcome and have more self-esteem. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Hi, you guys. This is Nisha from the Nisha Weston. So I've had like a few changes since I last did a video. My desk fell into like a million pieces. I don't know if I'll still have a picture of that. So I may like show it here of the desk that just fell into a million pieces. It was a glass desk, and I heard this sound when I was walking out the door. I just opened up my back door, and I heard a crash. I thought it was my light that had fallen, but it was my desk that went crash into 50 million pieces. So I have no idea like how that happened or why or anything, but hey, I'm back at it again. I have a new location, and I'm still working on maybe possibly another, well, I am working on another like the desk area where I can record my videos, as well as I have to buy another desk. So this week, my little notes are over here. So my little setup has kind of changed a little bit. So of course that just went bad there. Let me get this going here. And all right, so now this time we're talking about self-esteem, and hopefully I won't have to keep moving this. Hopefully it'll just stay with me so I can get through my presentation today. So, okay, so now we're going to talk about self-esteem, and we're going to talk about 11 ways to build self-esteem for the feminine woman. Self-esteem for the feminine woman. Okay, so I want you to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and follow me on social media at the Nisha Weston. Stay tuned for my videos on YouTube every week, and also our focus is on the feminine woman. That is our goal, is to keep women as feminine as possible. And also check out my courses that are coming soon. Hopefully this is gonna work out. I know I have to keep reaching over here, but as of now, that's what we got going. Okay, so we know as the feminine woman, that we are not, we don't hate, we forgive, and we don't participate in gossip. We get that out of our system. We don't gossip, because we don't backbite, and we forgive, and we move on. That's what we do as a feminine woman. And we don't judge people. We don't judge. We confront, we talk about the situation, and then we move on. All right. So self-esteem is essentially the quality of being pleased with yourself. As the feminine woman, we are pleased with ourselves, and we know how to carry ourselves in the right manner to get the things that we want. If we're going after career, if we're going after relationships, if we want a better relationship with ourselves, we have to build that self-esteem. So I don't know how this is going to look with me keep reaching my arm over here, but we're going to work it out the best way we can. Okay, so the 11 things, let's go through that now. We have to learn how to be happy with ourselves, and which can benefit us in every aspect of our lives. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is to love. Okay, so you demonstrate love by keeping up your morality, meaning that you're going to go for what's right. You're going to go for what is great in your life, and you're going to uplift yourself. That meaning, the way you dress, the way you look, the way you keep yourself, your conversation. So you're loving yourself by keeping your morality up. Okay, so that's number one, is to love ourselves, love everyone. That's not being a doormat, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, but that's loving ourselves by keeping up our morality and seeking for what's right. Okay, number two is do something each day that you're good at. So whatever it is that you're good at. I like going to the gym, even though I may not do that every day, but I like going to the gym. So then once you do things that you're good at and that you love, then you can, get better at it, build your self-esteem, feel good about yourself, loving more of your own company, loving more of what you do. And then you feel more competent, more confident of doing like what you love. And it can just go on, and you can just build that layer upon layer upon layer. And then you go, okay, so yeah, I can do this. I can do better at this. I can do better. I can be better. And you can just make your list of whatever it is that you do. You're like, you know what? I did enjoy this. I did enjoy that, like playing an instrument. I can get better at that. And then I can build my self-esteem up. And then I know that I can offer something to someone, being good at something, because you know that when you do something that's good, people gravitate toward you. You become like an expert in that. And then you can just, always just gravitates toward what you love and what you like. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Okay, so remind yourself of your daily successes. So just say if you're doing something that you're good at, you're gonna like focus on that, and then you're gonna like say, okay, you know what, I am good at that. So when you get those thoughts, because we have to get out of our thoughts and not thinking the negative things in our lives. So once you get those good thoughts in your head and in your brains and your mind, then you're like, okay, you know what? I am good at that. I cannot be good at everything, because no one is good at everything, right? No one is good at everything. So once you know that you have those daily successes, and then it can start at one success and go to the next, and it can go to the next. And because you're practicing, you're being that expert that I know you are, okay? Then you can go on and remind yourself, like, you know what? I have done some good things. I have done some great things in my life. So that is building my self-esteem as that feminine woman. Because once you're offering that feminine woman, you can offer that to the world. And, a lot of things that's going around now, the strife and all that stuff that's going on in the world as I'm taping this, we can, as that feminine woman, bring up the morality, we don't want to fight, number 4 is don't compare yourselves to others. Okay. So that is a drag, to compare ourselves to others, because we are different people. And we don't have the same makeup as anybody else. We don't look the same. We don't act the same. We were raised differently. So it's a total drag to even compare ourselves to other people when we are just different people. Everyone has their gift. Everyone has their gift, even as a feminine woman. There are other people out here who talk about femininity, who talk about self-esteem, who talk about women's issues, but there's no sense of me comparing myself to other people, because what I bring is different from what somebody else brings. So, we just have we're from different parts of the country, of the world. We just have differences altogether. So why compare myself to what somebody else offers? Okay, so just remember those things, and you can do good at what you bring, and then other people will bring what they bring. That's all that is to it. Okay. Number 5 is to increase your knowledge and expertise. So I like to go to research about femininity, about womanhood. So that is what I'm bringing to the table. So I'm bringing my expertise, to the table. So what is your expertise, and how can you bring that to the world? Because there are some people who don't know what you know, and then that's what you can bring. So that can build up your feminine expertise. That can build up your femininity and your self-esteem, right? Of course. Okay, and then number 6 is to let go or release from your mistakes, release your past mistakes. So I know that women, we like to hold on to things. We do. We like to hold on to things that like someone has done something to us, and men can too as well. But we can let go of those things that have hurt us, that have, brought us down, that have crippled us, and and what we've done. So why be bothered with that? Because that can stop us. That can stop our growth. That can stop our relationships. That can even stop our careers. So let that past go. Forgive your past. Forgive what you have done to people. Forgive what people have done to you. Because that can just, like I said before, you want to build upon things and build upon things. And how can you build if you're still like beating yourself up from what your past was? So you can't do that. You can't mix the two in that past. Okay. So people who have made mistakes, right? You have known people that make mistakes. So we're kind of like easily forgive them before we forgive ourselves. So be sure to forgive yourself of your past to move forward, to start anew. So, all right, so let's look at it this way. So if you start right now is perfect. Right now is a perfect way of things right now. Your present time right now. The future, it doesn't exist yet because it is the future. The past is behind you. You can't change it. You can't change that. So the present is perfect. So look at it as, as right now, and as perfect, and something that you can move toward right now is the present, and it's perfect. And forgive that. Don't look forward, but just focus on right now. Okay. Number 7 is to stick to your values. Okay. So as that feminine woman, your values are what make you who you are. Your values. So just say if you don't have the values that you want, or you don't know what to go for. All right. There are mentors out there. There are mentors that you can go toward to say, hey, what do I value? I want to be that feminine woman, or I want to be that successful human being when it comes to X, Y, and Z. So there are mentors out there, but get those values that are righteous. Get those things that are true, because once you go for those things, once you go for those values, they will come. If you're searching for those things that are right, those things that are true, they will come towards you. So just go for your values that is right, and it'll be immersed in you. You'll go toward that. You'll read about it. You'll be saying, okay, yeah, I know that's what I'm going toward. So stick to your values. When you fail to live up to those things, it'll bother you, and you'll say, you know what? I'm going to strive to those things. I want to get rid of those things that didn't bring me pleasure. You want to get rid of those things that don't bring you pleasure, that don't bring you the happiness that you want out of life. And then those things that you want, they'll come towards you, and you'll go toward it. It was like a natural progression and a natural match. Okay. Okay. And so number 8 is to face your fears. So whatever you're afraid of, just go toward those things. It could be public speaking, just whatever it is, like swimming, or, like some sport or whatever it is. But start small. Start with those small things that make you nervous, and go toward those bigger and larger things. All right. And then this is another one that I want to talk about. This is number 9. And this is one thing that I know that women, we tend to do this. Excuse me. This is still allergy season, and I've taken my allergy tablet, but sometimes you just get the little after effect of it. Okay. So number 9 is doing things that, is just to please others. Okay. Going too far to please others and to impress them. It can show that you don't have that self-esteem. So, avoid things just to be liked, because once you start showing your real and true self, they're not going to like that anyway. And sometimes as a people can, just be judgmental, just because they just going to be judgmental. So, avoid doing those things just to have a friendship, or just to have people in your life, because you can't live a fake and phony life. You cannot live a fake and phony life, because that's just too much pressure on you, and that's too much work. And you want to just be who you are and make yourself happy, and then you can like give to other people. You know how they say that when you're in a life and death situation, make sure you save yourself first and then those around you. So yeah, you want to be yourself first in your own situation, and then you can talk to people, reach out to people later, but you have to know who you are. And making somebody else happy is not the right order. Is not the right order of things. And you making people happy is not your job anyway. It's not your job, but making yourself happy. And that starts with knowing who you are. That starts with, taking your quiet time and figuring out, okay, so this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. This is how I want to make myself happy. This is how I want to, live my life, just to be a healthy life. And one of those things is to forgive, non-judgment, no gossip, staying away from that negativity. It starts with, with you on the inside. So let's just do that. Let's not please others, but just please ourselves. Okay. And then number 10. So I want you to think about number 9 though. But number 10 is being able to say no. So when you are not trying to please others, you can start with a no. Okay. And when you start with a no, you're respecting yourself. And then that comes with others. They're going to start respecting you. When you respect yourself, then others will respect you. All right. And so, and that'll make your life much better, because if you're having people just like you all the time, like you, and who doesn't like that? I mean, we want to be liked. We want to be in the in crowd, all of that. But that can only go so far, because then you probably start saying, you know what, I'm giving too much of myself. I'm not I'm not happy. It's not being reciprocated. So then you say, okay, let me start, saying no and put up my boundaries, because that's what makes life more meaningful. When you have your own boundaries and when you have your own self, the only way you do things. So once you put those boundaries up, then you'll start getting that respect. And then that's when the friendship will come. That's when you get the things that you want. So start with that. Start with being who you are, the quiet time, boundaries, saying no, and respecting and offering respect to yourself, giving respect to yourself. And then the next thing, number 11, last but definitely not least, is define what you believe a good person should be. Okay, define what you believe a good person should be. So you can't be happy with yourself if you don't have a target of what to strive for. So what is it that you want to strive for? That feminine woman, that self-esteem, that no judgment, that forgiveness. Those are qualities that will last you a lifetime. Those are things that will help you decide what decisions to make. Once you have that self-esteem, once you can say no, once you can forgive, once you can, like non-judgment, no gossip, seeking morality. Once you have those things, that will help you make the decisions that you want in life. Okay, so work on that self-esteem each day. Work on the person that you want to be. Work on that morality. Work on like that happiness. And once you strive for those things, that happiness will come. That internal happiness will come. You won't be so quick to judge. You'll confront when you need to confront, and then move on. You can do that in life. And then you won't be so sensitive when it comes to when things happen in life. Just take care of it. Boom, this is what it is. And then move on. That's what feminine women do. Feminine women, they take care of business. They take care of things. I mean, you may have to run something, by people, but as that woman, you'll be able to make those decisions. And that's what I want for you. That is what I want for you. And that's what I want you to strive for. And that's what I want you to be healthy and happy being that feminine woman and having that self-esteem. Okay, so be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on The Nisha Weston on social media. And also stay tuned for the classes that'll come up. And I will see you later, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.